Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We're here for episode number 40. My name is Christian Dragonetti, and I'm joined as always by my good friend and Australian PJ professional, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Joel, mate, how you doing?
Fantastic. And you?
Yeah, good. Beer's nice and cold?
Oh, that was actually really nice.
Yeah, it's a bit warm out there.
I took a quick swig just then. That's lovely. So I could quite easily camp here for the rest of the day. But
You're welcome to.
we got
mate.
things to do.
There's plenty more in the fridge.
Things to see, people. People to be, things to see. Hang on. People to see, things. Jesus.
Things to do.
I'm moving on.
Anyway,
Fucking hell. That's a great start. All right. Anyway.
40 episodes of this. Can you believe it?
It is 40. You're just saying just before that's closing in on a year since debut.
In 3 months, almost to the day.
That's crazy.
It'll be
crazy.
a year.
Can't believe it's
of
done.
GJ.
I can't believe it's been that. It feels like it just doesn't even feel.
It doesn't
that long.
feel like it.
40 eps.
Well, 40 official counted episodes. We've obviously had a couple of bonus eps for Masters recaps and all that kind of stuff.
The weekly Friday uploads, though.
40.
Yeah, 40 straight.
40 weekly episodes.
40 in a row.
Can you believe
There has
it?
not been a
We haven't missed
single
one.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't at all. And I'd love to know who's listened to all 40.
I mean, I have.
Oh, same. But
No, but
apart
that's
from
actually
that-
a good question.
apart from that, I'd love to know who has definitely can put their hand up and say, I've listened to all 40. Whether it's all the way through or not, that's another question. But
I'd also like to know if or how many of the audience have been here since episode number 1
yeah, true.
and listened every week.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. So if you want to jump in the comments, do that, please.
I think I have a strong idea of a couple people have definitely listened in
So do I.
from day one.
So and a couple of regulars that you might have seen join us on the podcast as well.
Of course, yeah, of course. So a couple close ones definitely stuck around since day one, which is awesome. So
Absolutely.
more to come. Episode 52, what do you reckon? That should be like a big ep of some sort, like something
We got to
funky.
So maybe we try and get all the guests that we've had on.
Jesus Christ, this whole day will be like a conference.
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck off. No.
We'll have to extend the wall, push the camera back a little bit.
Put an extension of the room.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get on to
something
formalities.
out. Absolutely. So recent rounds, mate. Do you want me to go first? Or do you want to go
No,
first?
I'll go because you've got yours is a bit girthy, I think.
I think so.
Mine was, well, because this is the Saturday you're listening to this, so I'm going to Cobram next week, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
So this is the Saturday. What date's today? The 8th?
The 9th.
9th. And you'll be obviously listening to this in 6 days' time. And I would have finished my final round up at Cobram. So fingers crossed that comes away with it. We say that every time I play an event. So fingers crossed it's positive. But
There's a bit on the line for this one as well, isn't there?
yeah, there's a lot to it. So it's a good prize purse. It's the national championships.
But aside from that, there's an entry spot into the Oz PGA.
Yeah, so winner gets a start in the Oz PGA up
Which
in
would-
Brisbane,
which
which is the
would
week
be
after. That would be
Freaking ideal.
monumental for me.
Yeah.
So it'll
or
be-
for anyone.
for anyone, not just for myself, of course. But
Yeah.
since that's the stage that I desire the most, that would be an awesome little bonus for the hard work next week. And then
Absolutely.
go run with the big dogs.
Yeah.
So that would be good.
So have you had a recent round or was it?
my most recent round was much like the one you guys would have listened to last week.
Oh, in Sydney.
No, it was Wagga.
Oh, Wagga. Correct.
So Wagga.
Anyway,
That was
you would
about
have
it,
heard
but
about it last week, but you've had a few
I'll go
hits.
with my most recent hit, which was it Wednesday? Thursday.
Thursday night.
Was it Thursday night? Where yourself, SGM, and
Ollie.
Ollie came out. We played a quick 9 holes. And I'm sort of working on this little thing with Raptor at the moment. It's weird. It's weird, tiny swing thoughts.
Yeah.
Essentially. So I had up in Sydney. I lost a little bit of ball striking. I just lost hitting the center.
Yeah.
And I lost
you
a
lost
little
that
bit of
feeling
control.
of the center of the club face.
Yeah, just lost a little bit of control and like fell into any bad habits, but just lost a tiny bit of touch.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to hit it properly. It felt like I was losing a bit of form. And then went to Wagga and didn't hit it good at all.
Yeah.
And scavenged a couple under, but that's what I've been working on as well, hitting it bad and scoring.
Yeah.
So, but just didn't hit the ball good at all. And I'm just sort of like, fuck, I want to tidy this up so I can play properly and then go to Cobram with the confidence up. So all it really was he said I'm losing a little bit of structure and a bit of stability in the lower body.
Okay.
So that all that meant was my feet was getting a bit close together.
Yeah.
Without me realizing. So
Yeah.
he goes, when you set up for a 7-iron, it's inside your shoulder length, Joel.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
really? It doesn't feel like it. I feel like I'm standing up.
You said a similar thing to me as well on Thursday. So
and he said, he goes, just widen the feet a little bit, and straight away felt so structured.
Yeah.
Straight away. And then it wasn't just that made me hit the ball better instantly, but it was related to it.
okay.
You know what I mean? So I was able to get my club path was a lot better. It just sort of tidied things up a lot quicker because I was stronger already.
All the cogs started ticking in the way they should have.
Just chucked a little bit of WD-40 on it, and just everything was working in sync again. And I hit it pretty solid on Thursday, which is
Yeah.
also another swing thought.
No, but I also walked away from Thursday, and we'll get into the chunk of Thursday as well in a little bit. But I thought I walked away thinking I've seen you hit it better.
Oh, absolutely.
And now that you're telling me you are making some changes and trying to find something again, like it makes a bit of sense. But
all I wanted to do was hit the center of the golf club.
for the first time in a long time, I'm looking at you going, yeah, I've seen you hit it better.
Oh, fuck yeah. Absolutely. That's the thing. That's what we're going to branch on is what does a swing change do to your game entirely? And the swing change is supposed to make you play better. And that's the weird thing about having a lesson or whatever it might be. And you're a culprit of it.
Yes.
Like in the last couple of days, so is SGM. He's a culprit of it. And he's probably been working on it the most with me in particular.
Correct.
Like consistently. We've been on and off for however long.
And it's also down to what people need. I feel like, SGM's in a position in his game at the moment where he wants to make like a few changes pretty quickly to try and loosen up a few loose ends. And he's doing it because, the short game was one thing and we've worked on that. He's grinded on that and now it's really good. Then he wants to fix how erratic his driver can be. So we work on that.
It's
now he
tightened
wants
up a
to
bit.
fix his ball striking. So we work on that. Work on his putting. So we fix that. So all of the little, and it's not like they've lost completely in his game. It's like they're just a fraction here, a fraction there, tighten the screw here, fix this there, and it's like, okay, well, let's give you a couple of tips for each section of the game.
So all we've been doing is, and you've been there every time, it's like we just go out and play holes, and it's like, it's not, I wouldn't even call it a lesson. It's more we just discuss shit.
Yeah.
It's more we just go through. He asked me, what would I do? And I ask him, okay, what's your actual thought process? Do you have an idea as to what you're actually fucking doing?
Absolutely.
Because if you have no plan going into a shot, well, fuck, you've lost already. And that's what we've been working on. So all I've done is put him on the right sort of path and then just kicked him up the butt going, go walk.
Yeah.
Like, go walk till you get to the end and there's no fucking end. So keep walking.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what I've told him. I said, you're never going to get to the destination that you want to.
No.
However, as long as that you just keep fucking walking as long as you can.
Yep.
You'll be fine. And you'll eventually get to a space where you're in a groove and stuff like that. And he just sent me a photo earlier, actually, on the way over here of his scorecard today. Had 2 hiccups, 1 on 9, which you said, which was a mystery, apparently.
Yeah. Look, and we played this morning being set day. We'll get into my round in a minute, but yeah, he's hit driver, started on the left-hand side of 9, which is a par 5 down the hill, slight dog leg to the right. Slight dog leg to the right.
Slide. Oof.
Not really.
I reckon it hoops. No?
It doesn't hoop. That's 10. 10 hoops.
Oh, 10's 90 degrees.
But honestly, it's not that much. It's not that much. It's a dog leg right, but it's not huge.
Okay. No, I'll give you that. Yeah.
He's hit it left-hand side of the fairway, if not left rough, with a nice peely fade. Should have been middle of the fairway any other day of the week. Couldn't find it.
Disappeared. Golf gods.
And I didn't discuss this with him at the time, but we literally just said it to you a minute ago.
Yeah.
I feel like it was the 9th hole. Mitch thought he got swooped by a magpie.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe a bird might have come and grabbed it, thinking it,
Honestly,
there's every chance.
I would usually think, that's complete bullshit. But after I was playing at Derrimut,
Yeah, correct.
Like now I'm thinking
Anything's
fuck,
possible.
That could have actually definitely happened.
Yeah.
Because after I've seen multiple balls at Derrimut during
It
Q
is.
school
It
week
is
get
magpies.
pinched.
It is swooping season.
Yeah.
So there's every chance that could have happened. It was just so bizarre that he hits this, and it was honestly the best drive of the group for that hole.
Yeah.
And he's middle fairway, 220 in on a par 5.
Go on.
Couldn't find it.
That's weird as.
So weird.
But
we checked every sprinkler head. We checked every friggin' divot. We checked every drain. We checked every GUR spot. Everything. Couldn't find it.
Wow, that's a spin out. That's a bold. The only two things you can think of is probably someone else has run out onto the fairway going, nah, fuck him, I'll grab this one, or a bird's grabbed it.
Yeah,
that's all that can really happen. But no, he sent me that scorecard, and it was very solid, bar the 2 hiccups. So 1 on 9 and 1 on 13.
Yes, 13.
13. And they were obviously the red numbers, so they were the big numbers, the triple and the double. So he basically just said to me, getting there, a lot of improvement, bar the 2 hiccups. The rest of it's fantastic. And I said, yeah, it is. It really, really is.
He putted well today too.
Good. And that's probably on the back of what we sort of worked on.
A couple weeks ago,
yeah. I sort of talked him through a bit of a routine, a bit of green reading knowledge, and it great. It works. Fantastic. It's blended with him. It's good, and it's only going to get better. So all I said to him, I said, fantastic, good start. I said, don't
worry about those two.
I said, don't take a seat back in your chair going, job's done now.
Yeah.
I'm good. No, job's not done.
No.
A job's not done. This is just the start of you showing improvement. And all I said, you've got 2 goals. I said, for every round coming up, no doubles or worse. I said 1 double per round for now is acceptable just.
Yeah.
Just because you're working through some shit. But other than that, no doubles or worse, and no bogeys on par 5s. He bogeyed 3 par 5s today.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no bogeys on par 5s. If you want to play single figure golf, there's no bogeys on par 5s.
Mm-hmm.
I said, maybe 1 if you fucking lose a ball or some shit.
Yeah.
But no bogeys on par 5s if you're in play. Simple as that. So that's 2 goals for him.
Yep.
He's got all this. We've built up his arsenal a little bit. He's now hitting a bit better off the tee. Ball striking's better.
Mm-hmm.
He's chipping good enough.
Yep.
You know, got a new putting routine. It's all there.
It's all there.
Now, as long as he's working down that path and sort of building his game up, and now it's all up to scoring.
Yes.
So he now needs to put all that together. So a
Well,
little bit of work.
Unfortunately, I don't think for him there's a lot of golf coming up because I don't think he's able to play clubbies this year.
Yeah.
It's his he's got some things on next week and was relying on an early tee time to make it all work, but I don't think he's got it. So unless he can sort of swindle something, he might not be playing for the next couple of weeks because of clubbies, but unfortunate for him. But he'll get out and practice, I'm sure he will.
Yeah. He'll
play midweek and stuff. But I played with him today, and we'll get into what we were doing on Thursday night as well
that
in a bit.
into
branches off it.
your work.
But I had 33 points today off 7. I turned with 14 points after 9 holes and had a really solid back 9.
Very good.
Shot 2 over on the back.
Very good.
And again, it was a very mixed bag. We did some things on Thursday night we'll get into shortly, but I had 4 3-putts on the front 9. And I had, because of the changes we'd made on Thursday, I felt like other things were different as well. And I felt like that because I was hitting the ball a little bit better or whatever else, that I should try and attack the first few holes a little bit differently. And I was wrong. Shouldn't have done that at all. Club selection was really poor early on because I was like, well, if I hit it well enough, I don't need to go the extra club. You know what I mean? I kind of just got a little bit lazy in that sense.
Yeah.
And then stripped it right back on the back 9 and just went back to what I normally do.
Yeah.
Whilst implementing the changes that we made.
Yeah, tiny ones. Yeah.
And started rolling the rock really well on the back 9 with the putter and made a difference. I had 19 points on the back and saved the round. So
and brings you back next week.
brings me back next week. But I had 2 doubles and a triple.
Yeah.
So on the front 9 I had 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 birdies. Yeah. Fucked.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
See, that's the thing.
And probably a bogey in there as well. Bogey or 2 in there as well.
Maybe a bogey or 2. Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, speaking of which, with those sort of, you have so many. You play 14 good holes, sort of thing. And my boss Luke actually says it a lot. He goes, golf should be 14 holes.
Okay.
He's always said it. He's always believed it should be 12 to 14 holes. 14 is that prime number.
Right.
Everyone's got 14 good holes in them, and the other 4 are just
Yeah.
Right, write them off. And anyway, so I've had a good laugh at that, but it was the same thing. Like, it was our first round of clubbies at Rosanna today as well.
Yeah. Would have been busy.
My old man. It's stripped back a little bit. We've made some changes to make it like the rounds shorter.
Okay.
It's not as congested, so we've split the fields up. A and B on Saturdays, C juniors and women on the Sunday. So it's just splitting up and and it's not specifically the reason why A and B is on Saturdays. We offered to put A and B on Sundays or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just we split the field up.
Yeah.
So there's not 280 people, A, B, C, junior, the women members all in the same field.
Yes.
So it's all splitting up. Whether you do it one way or another, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's just to split the fields up. And it already made a difference today. It already made a big difference with pace of play and people enjoying themselves a bit more. But yeah, anyway, my old man teed off at 10 to 8 this morning. I told him to go out and have a hit last night.
Okay.
I told him, right? Like early in the week, I said, you got to go out and have a hit Thursday or Friday. Whether you just go hit balls and then putt, I don't care. Just swing the golf club.
Swing the golf club.
Right. He calls me last night and he didn't. He didn't. I'm like, oh. Right. He goes, nah, I'm fucked. I'm buggered. Big week. All right. No worries.
Fair enough.
That's fine. That's fine. I said, well, you got to be confident then, because you know he loves club. He always looks forward to it. Much like
Who
you.
doesn't? I
much
love
like you. It's everyone's. It's the club members tournament.
Yeah.
It's the club members masters basically.
Correct.
That's how you define what sort of golfer you are essentially within that, and you really everyone rates themselves based on their club championship result.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he goes out there, and I saw his first 2 holes on my score just in this morning. He starts off par. So I'm like, beautiful.
Solid.
I'm like, that's a great start, because usually if he's not going to have a good day, he'll start like double bogey, because it's just slow start, then he tries to pick it up from there. So him starting off solid was good. It was a good sign. And then it was much like SGM. Played decent golf, but had 2 huge numbers. Like puts a ball in the piss on 9 and 10. Goes double.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck. It's just like, it's this weird, once again, and then a couple, and then 2 3 putts as well. And it's, once again, 14 good holes, and then those 4 hiccups. And it's like, it's everyone trying to work.
It's frustrating as fuck.
It does.
Let's not beat around the bush. It sucks.
It sucks.
Golf sucks, right? I'm going to be dead honest with you, right? I walked into the today, right? And we'll get into it now, right? You and I went out on Thursday night. We had a bit of a lesson, right? Because I texted you last week
on 5.
and I said, hey, I need to peel these Band-Aids off this golf swing. Something's fucking still not right.
Yeah.
And you said, yes, fine. So I went to Heidelberg first, hit some balls there, got warmed up, chipped and putted with the SGM, played a few holes. Then at about 6 o'clock, we came over to you after you finished up work. We came over and hit some balls and went and played a few holes. And on 5, that was when you I was, 150 out from 5?
Yeah, about that.
And we're just like, right, grab 7 iron, let's just hit some pills.
Yeah.
Grabbed a bucket of heaps of pills and started going for it.
Yeah.
You gave me 3 things, right? The first thing was you straightened me up.
Yeah.
In terms of my alignment.
Yeah.
Because I tend to aim left, always have, always probably will.
Yeah.
But you straightened me up a little bit and you said, right, I want you to take the club away a bit more online.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of coming
It
out a little
was
bit.
a bit flatter. You have the tendency to bring it way out.
Yeah.
Outside outside that sort of zeroed club path, and then you sort of try and drop it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was really exaggerated.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, if I can just get you flatter, then your golf swing will naturally
Fall in the right spot.
Fall in the right spot from there.
And then you wanted me to sort of feel like I was pushing the club head away from me, like it's sort of out to the right hand side a little bit to try and fix that club path again. Try and bring it back a bit more online.
So
because I was cutting hard across my feet.
Yeah.
And you just gave me that idea of a bit like a tennis forehand.
Yeah,
almost.
a tennis forehand.
Let's just push it out.
Because all yours is your club path would have been just coming a touch outside the in.
A bit,
and
actually.
then with an open face. That's why it would start at the hole and then cut away from it. So what we try to do, I'm like, no, I need you almost hit a pull cut. Almost.
Yeah.
So it starts left of it along your alignment and then cuts back to the hole.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do. And that's why you hit those really little butter fades, like tiny fades, instead of something that sort of hoops a little bit.
Yeah.
And because that's only going to increase spin and hit it shorter. And that's the Band-Aid we tried to tear off. So
correct.
Just come flatter. And that's why I put that alignment stick. So I put an alignment stick sort of over the top of the ball on an angle, and that was that's how he needed to. That promoted him sort of dropping the hands on the inside, sort of dropping it down from the top to his right foot, and then rotating from there, rather than trying to hit the ball with his hands, which was almost like a cast.
Yes,
and that's why you lacked ball strike, and that's why 7 irons went 135 instead of 150.
Yes.
Is because you're just not, one, you're not hitting it properly, and 2, it's just coming out powder puffy because there's no speed there because all you're doing is hitting it with your hands.
Yes.
And so I just tried to gain the connection back with his hands and his lower body again.
Yeah,
and
100%.
it proved because you started striping it.
Everyone that I hit while you and the boys were there just watching me because flushed it.
Yeah.
And so
it was instant. It was instant improvement, but like based off today's round, it's good that you didn't fall into the trap of like just expecting it to happen straight away.
I did early.
Oh, of course, everyone does.
I did
Everyone
early.
does.
And then I was like, okay. And then I went to the range this morning before the round and, started trying to implement those changes and just noticed that everything was heading out to the right-hand side of the target.
Yeah.
Like just leaving the face open.
Like I said, that face
First thing in the
opening,
morning, I'm struggling to turn through the ball. Yeah. And I told you before we started recording, I said, look, I said it to myself during the round that I'm just going to ignore what the body alignment is. I'm just going to feel comfortable over it, and I'm going to try and implement the takeaway and the downswing, that path.
Yeah, feel that path.
See how that goes first.
Yeah.
And then we can straighten me up a little bit later.
Work it out later.
It's not that bad,
No.
right? And I found that especially tempo is the biggest thing for me, always has been. For anyone. The moment I tried to step on one and try and get a bit more out of it or just kind of lost my rhythm a little bit and it increased the speed, everything just went out the window.
Yeah, well, transition gets
Poor
quick.
strikes.
The second you get to here and you try and get a bit quick, all of a sudden, naturally, you just saw my right hand then. So my right hand's at the top of my swing right now. The instant you try and get quick, my hand goes towards the ball.
Yeah.
Instead of getting the tempo and then you drop it in. Like the second you get quick, hand gets towards the ball.
Absolutely.
And then your hand's trying to hit it and you try and manipulate it.
Absolutely.
And fuck knows what it's going to do from there.
Absolutely.
So
those changes came in, and like I said, I was expecting to come in. It instilled me with so much confidence on Thursday, just knowing that sound was there. That strike
so
was
crispy
there.
too.
And there were people that would see it as well, and I was like, "Fuck, okay, it's right there.
Yeah,
Just
you know
grab
it's
it.
there.
Just grab it and let's go."
Grab it straight away.
So I had so much confidence going into today, and then started so poorly on the front nine. Through about the first 4 holes, it was crap, right? And I was, chucking all sort of toys out the pram. It was not fun, right? But then I thought, you know what, bugger it. Forget the scorecard. Let's just try and work on those 2 things when you've got an iron or a wedge in your hand. See how you fucking go. Start rolling it a little bit better. Just give yourselves opportunities to score.
Yeah.
I did, and it came good. I had 33 points. And when you look back at the round and you see 33 points, you finished 3 shots worse than your handicap. Big fucking
It's
bull.
not that
It's not that bad.
You see that front nine, you're like, oh boy.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, you're like, oh boy.
Like I said, there was a triple, 2 doubles, and 2 birdies on the front nine, and a couple of bogeys probably. So it was not fun. But I've got clubbies coming up next week. We've changed our format a little bit as well. We're implementing a 2T start from now on. We never really have done before.
Oh, really?
Yep. So on Saturday morning will be A grade off the 1st in the morning and B grade off the 10th.
Huh.
Yeah. We've never done 2T starts.
On clubbies?
Never.
Really?
As long as I've been
6
there.
6 hour rounds.
Correct. And that's why it just gets way too long.
Yeah.
And because we try and have, for example, Saturday in the afternoon, you finish off A grade and then have C grade on the first tee. And then the 10th will finish off B grade and C grade as well.
We just have like a really sort of normal plain Saturday timesheet, 1 and 10, but it's only A and B grades only, and put them wherever you want. They just book. They book in all together, and there's 200 players. And the longest round today, I think, was 4:35.
Yeah.
So it's 7:15 to 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And then but 1 and 10, and then 11:30 to 1.
See, we've got 4 grades at Berg.
Yeah.
A and B grade is 4 rounds each. So Saturday, Sunday, back-to-back weekends. I think there's a cut after 2 and a cut after 3 rounds for both grades.
Yeah.
2 cuts. And then the women will play Sunday and then the second. So they get a Sunday round each, 2 Sunday rounds. And then C grade is 3 rounds. So the first Saturday and the second weekend.
Yeah.
D grade is 2 rounds each Sunday.
Oh, it's too complicated.
Very complicated, right?
Oh.
So it's a massive cluster of just tee times and people everywhere. So trying to do that all down the first is a nightmare.
Yeah, no.
Like, for example, I'm in A grade, so I'll be teeing off on the first day, Saturday, from the first tee box. And then on the first Sunday from the 10th. On the second Saturday, if I make the cut, it'll be from the 1st in the morning. And then on the Sunday, it'll be in the afternoon.
Oh, that's a head fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts my head.
Yeah.
That's I think once I don't think there's specifically a cut, but 3rd and 4th rounds seeded.
The top 12 in both A and B grades will get through to the 4th round.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to go from however many start to 12. My goal this year is to be there on the final day.
In that top 12. Yeah.
I feel like I can do it.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't I?
I've
had a look at the entries.
I've told everyone that's sub 6 or better, that's 6 or better. If you beat your handicap twice out of the 4 rounds,
You're a shout.
you're in for a shout. And I've told people before, like he's 9-time clubbies champ, Jimmy Bannon.
Oh, yeah.
He's he played today. I think he had 1 over or something like that.
Yeah, he's a good golfer.
Great shoot. And there's obviously a couple more pennant players and stuff like that, and top guys that will definitely give it a sniff.
Yeah.
But he's the one that stands out the most because
Yeah.
he's done it so many times, right? So, and there's always guys. Oh, what do you reckon the winning score will be? And I said, there's guys that play off, the other guys that still play off scratch and 1 and a couple scratch guys, a couple 1 handicappers, 2 handicappers. I said, if you shoot 4 straight rounds of 2 over par, you'll win by 10.
Yeah.
Right? And they're like, what do you mean? But these guys play off scratch. I
Doesn't
said, yeah,
mean
but
shit.
they're going to throw an 80 in there.
Yeah.
It's just how it works.
Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
they're scratch golfers and they are great golfers. They are. But they're not going to shoot 4 straight rounds of even par. And
God,
if they
no.
do, club champ, there you go.
Hats off.
Fucking hats off to you.
So
And because they trick the courses up, the course is tricked up. It's quicker, it's firmer, it's longer. The pins aren't as generous, and everything's manicured to a tournament style golf course. And that's not what the members are used to. They used to remember a bit softer, a bit slower, a bit more playable, greens, pins in the middle of the greens, And they're not used to that.
No.
So they come out there and a 5 handicap all of a sudden plays off 8 or 9. Like that's the sort of the mentality.
Yeah.
So, and I've told people, if you play to your handicap,
you're in with a sniff.
you're going to do fucking well.
Yeah.
If you play to your handicap for all 4 rounds, you don't have to shoot the lights out. That's not how it works.
It's much the same. It has been much the same at Berg. Like we've had Toby Walker, who's a fantastic golfer now, is in the Oz Tour, multiple time club champ, right? We've had James Evans, a friend of yours, who's playing overseas.
He's over in
college.
Yep.
Lockie Aylan, who's a very, very good golfer.
Yep.
Those guys are gone.
Yeah.
They're not there anymore. So now it opens the door to a few pennant players. Tim O'Malley's probably our best player in the club in terms of handicap, probably playing off +2 or 3. Other than Cam Kelly, I'm not even sure if he's actually a member anymore. But
He's pro.
yeah, he's pro.
Pros play?
I think so.
Really?
I actually don't know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But the bloke who won it last year, a guy by the name of Jared Applegren, playing off 5.
One outright.
Yep.
There you go.
But again, Jared, I think 5 is a little bit of a misjustice to his golf game.
Yeah.
I think he's a better golfer than that.
Yeah.
Hits the ball better than that.
Yeah.
Plays better than that. Scores good.
It's like SGM. He
Scores
hits
well.
he hits better than a 10
He's
handicap.
going to hate that you've said that as well. Because we was giving him shit about it as well. Not shit, but we were just saying, we're like, Michael, you hit it so much better than a 10. And he's like, shut up.
He's like, then why do I play off 10? He's like that. He's like angry. I'm like, you putt it better than a 10 handicapper. You guys, I still play a fucking 10.
Don't I?
Right, he's just angry.
He hates
so,
it.
No. Like, based off his scorecard earlier, he should be playing off about 5 or 6. He's gonna text me tomorrow. He's gonna text me next week going, listen here, you fucking
You prick. But no, Jared won it outright off playing off a handicap of 5. Just had 4 rounds in the 70s and played really, really solid.
Beautiful.
I think he won it by 3 or 4 as well.
That's all it takes.
So
That's all it
it's
takes.
a big ask because you're right. The course is tricked up. The greens are slick.
Yeah.
Pins are tough.
Yeah.
If the wind gets up, forget it. Right.
Well, there's a bit more demand. Don't forget, everyone's handicap,
And-
99.9% of players' handicaps is all based off their Stableford scores. So people might be stuck in a bunker, have 3 in a bunker, and then just pick it up. That goes in as a double bogey,
Yes.
right? But on
Not
tournament day, you got to keep fucking hitting until you get it in that hole. So
Correct.
if you have a 12, well, all of a sudden,
And
you've
that's-
blown that fucking scorecard out, and now
Correct.
it looks worse than it is.
And that's the first of the next 2 reasons I was going to give you that make club championships and things like that so much more difficult. Firstly, it's stroke.
Yeah,
Like you said. So the ball has to finish in the hole.
correct.
There's no pickups.
Nope.
The second thing is there's a stigma around club champs where everyone's bumhole goes like that. Just clenches. And everyone's all of a sudden tighter and stiffer and they're just a bit more nervous and you can see the sweat beads on their forehead and they're shaking.
Bit more
And there's
conservative
an empty
and-
feeling in the stomach because you're standing over a 3-foot putt that breaks 3 feet as well.
Yeah,
and you're just like, I don't know where the fuck this is going. And I don't know, this is for 4. And if I miss it low, it's going to go friggin' off the green. And all of a sudden I'm 3 jabbing for 7. What the fuck? and the pressure that people put
This
on
is a guy
themselves.
that's been to war. Look at him. Look at him. He's
There's some real raw feelings coming up right now.
do the roar. Oh.
But no, there is that stigma about club champs, and everyone wants to do well because it's the one tournament that, like I said, anybody can win on their day.
Yeah.
Who says you can't?
No.
But also, that stigma is there because you know the course is going to be tough. You know everyone's going to be on their game. You know that the pressure's there. You know there's going to be a crowd, especially A grade. There's going to be a crowd in the gallery, especially if you get to the final group. Fucking hell.
Final group's much fun, dude.
It's so much fun, 100%. I can imagine. I've not been in there myself, but I'd only imagine. I've watched it. I followed the final group round last year all day in a cart, and I was just like...
First time, you'll feel like you're hitting each shot with your pants down.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, first time. So like during an event, the first time I was ever in the final group, I had no idea what I was doing. I reckon it was in the second year of my traineeship. It was at Vic State Champs, and I was just, like, I'd never been in that position before, where there's a couple hundred people watching you, and you had no idea what to do.
No.
And I'm standing over a shot going, dude, I've got 100 meters into this hole. Just hit a wedge at the hole. What are you fucking doing? And I'm standing over it, like, club changing, fucking throwing up wind, making sure I hit the fucking, making sure I hit the planet with this wedge rather than just
Because
playing
you
golf.
see a gallery and all of a sudden you're expecting to play like
Exactly.
proper professional golf.
Yeah, and I just had no idea what to do.
Yeah.
Right. And so I like shit myself. And then all the pressures that built up with going to Q schools and the not the expectation, but the what those events meant.
The magnitude of the events.
Exactly. The pressure that I was under to perform.
Yeah.
Then at Queensland, for like that final round was so sick at Queensland. We
Yeah.
had like I said, we're at Windaroo Lakes and had 60 carts, maybe more,
Yeah.
following us, and all down 17, 18, and
Yeah.
they were lining fairways and lining the greens. It was fucking unreal.
Yeah.
And it was like the feeling of playing that last round was like, fucking come on. Like I was licking my lips because I'm like, what? Not, I hope I don't fuck up in front of these people. It was more, watch how good I can play.
Yeah.
So I'm making birdies trying to catch this last group, and like, man, when you make a putt and everyone goes mental, it makes you cock hard. I promise you, dude, it is fucking unreal. The putt, like what it means as well.
Yeah.
And like I had a putt on the end of the third round to just make it into that final group because there was 3 guys that were ahead of me, and one of them went scuba diving round 3. So I had this downhill slick 15-footer on the 18th hole with the whole field behind us, the whole field up in the clubhouse, and 20 or 30 carts lining the green.
Yeah.
And I had to roll this putt in to make the final group, and I boxed it.
Yeah.
Right. And the
Did you give it a big fist pump?
The raw. No, I gave it like a real discreet one because I thought I missed it left. so I've hit this putt, and for anyone listening, I'm trying to stand over a putt right now. And I thought I missed it left. So I've stuck the hand out to point right, going, fucking hold on.
Yeah.
And so I've had my hand out there, and when it dropped, I'm like, fucking bang. And literally, as my fist went like that, the roar went. And it was just like, oh my God, it's also worth it.
Yeah.
Like that's what you work for.
But that's such a contrast. Like you were literally telling me the first time you're in the final group, however many, a couple of years ago now, you were shitting yourself. And then fast forward 2 years later, you're in the final group of a state champs.
Yeah.
Interstate.
Yeah.
At a golf course I'm assuming you'd never played before.
No, never.
Right? Bigger crowd than the first time.
Yeah.
And you're like fucking licking your lips. And
it was so
I reckon
good.
it's also half to
So
do with the
good.
fact that you were hunting.
Well, I was chasing down. Shout out to Jack Wright. What a week he had, and fuck, he was starting to hot that final day too. And I started off a little slow, so it was the worst. He just went like this, with the lead. I'm like, fuck, I've got so much work to do, right? Anyway, and we couldn't catch him. He was too good. He was just too good for the week. And yeah, that back nine was when I started playing some seriously good golf.
Yeah.
And that back nine at Windaroo is so hard.
Yeah.
Missed a couple of short putts on 12 and 13 for birdies, which really sort of put a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
So I was working a bit harder on it. But closed with a couple birdies real tight late in the day to sort of, and I made birdie down 18, the final hole with hundreds of people watching.
Yeah.
And yeah, stuck a wedge to 4 feet and rolled a little slider in to sort of get into the top 3, which was nice. But yeah, it's like that weird pressure feeling where that does not relate to a club championships at all.
No, but
it's the same idea.
There is a slight taste.
There's the level there because for you guys, for the club golfer, that's your championship.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. So
And for us, the way our golf course is sort of laid out. I also don't know what the layout's going to be, like how we're going to play it.
Got to finish on 4.
That's what I'm thinking.
Got to finish on 4.
I think that because we played a comp earlier in the year called King of the Mountain or something, and they changed the routing. So we played 1, 16, 17, 18, jumped across to 5, played 5 through to 15,
Yeah.
walked across 1, and then played 2, 3, 4 as the last 3 holes.
What about the back 9?
Yeah, that's what I said, 1 through to 5. We played 1,
Yeah.
16, 17, 18,
Yeah.
jumped across to 5, played 5 through to 15,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
and then played 2, 3, 4 as the last 3 holes.
Yeah.
And it was sick.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Well, what about 10, 11, 12, 13?
5 through to 15, Joel.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going up the top of the hill.
Fucking.
I thought he played. Hang on. I thought he played 8 and then went over to 14. Yeah.
Irritate me.
Yeah. That was a bad.
So I'm
moment.
hoping they do that again this year, and we can actually have some, because that's the other thing. Actually, now that I think of it, because it's a 2T start, I don't think it'll happen.
Nah, that won't work.
2T start, it won't work. It'll be the traditional layout.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be cool though if it
That'd
was
be so
1T
cool.
start and you play that.
They should
full
change it to that layout.
It should
permanently.
be. It should be.
That's so sick.
But like I was saying, the way the course is laid out and that massive hill behind the first tee box,
Yeah.
everyone just groups on there.
Yeah.
And there's a big crowd on the top of the tee box because you can see 18
stand on
green
10 as well.
You can see 18 green. You can see 10 tee box, 9 green, 5 tee box, 1 tee box.
Yeah.
You can see a lot just
Good
from
little
that hill.
spot.
It's a great spot.
Yeah.
But when you can literally feel the breath of 60 people behind you watching your first tee shot, and especially back in the day when right was dead, when
Yeah,
all those
right
pine
used to be
trees,
Gumby.
those pine trees were up,
Yeah, right was Gumby.
holy nervous, right? Oh my God. I remember my first clubbies in D grade and there was a crowd. I was playing off 23 and my heart was going and I'm thinking they're going, sweat. Hit it, go. And just swing as hard as I can. Ended up right of right. And then I was like, all right. And then who was it? Tommy Howarth. Tommy Howarth at the time, as soon as it left the club face, like, yep, hit a provy.
Yeah, that's fucked. Reload.
All right, yeah, reload. I'm like, thanks, Tommy.
Fuck.
Oh god, but no, I'm super excited for clubbies.
Yeah.
Mitch can't play this year. I don't know if Michael's going to play, so I've got 2 caddy candidates.
Oh,
I'm going to chuck one of them on the bag. Hopefully, all 4 rounds
that'd
if
be
they're
so
up for
cool. So cool.
it. And we'll see how we go. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
Just gonna
keen.
make it happen. Just like
I'm
it's
just going to go 4. It's 4 free rounds of golf.
It is. My old man always says, he goes, it's just another round.
Just another round.
He had net 73 today, I think. He's
Sweet.
blown out a couple shots, but doesn't matter. He played off 7 off the tips today, and
Yep.
went out, shot net 73, and he didn't really have a hit during the week, and
Yeah.
he had those 2 big holes. He had
Yeah.
those back-to-back doubles, which cost the round basically.
Yeah.
Cost a good round. So he said he just went out and made it happen, putted well,
There you
hit the
go.
ball solid.
That's
and
it.
It was a cruisy day today.
And
really.
ultimately, that's kind of all you need in a club champs like that. Just go out and
Mate, just go out and shoot
play
your
as
handicap.
close to your handicap as you can.
You don't need to shoot under par. That doesn't happen. There's not many club championships unless you have up and coming tour players at their home golf club that shoot under par for all 4 rounds. It just doesn't.
No.
Like your everyday club plus golfer.
Yep.
Like even Jimmy Bannon, like as good a golfer as he is, like playing off +2 somewhere around there, he won't be under par. He won't be.
Doesn't need to be.
He won't be. If he beats 10 over, he'll win. It's simple as that.
That's it.
Yeah, it's just as simple as that. And
That's it.
I'd really love to play in the fields because I'd love to just see what I'd do because I haven't played many clubbies.
No, you
ever.
wouldn't have.
I only played 2 or 3 at Huntingdale. Like that was probably about it.
And you obviously can't play at Rosanna.
I can't play Rosanna, so I can probably play in the field.
Yeah.
I'm just not in the tournament,
No.
of course. But I'd still love to see what I'd do and see how I'd go. But
See what happens.
It just makes you a better golfer, really.
Absolutely.
Been in those positions. So.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into questions from the second cut because we've discussed, obviously, recent rounds. It was a long recent rounds chat that led into the lesson that we had.
Yeah.
We've spoken about Cobram. That's kind of all I've really got on the agenda,
That's all we
mate.
need
So,
to do. We'll do a recap of Cobram when I come back. So,
yeah, that'd be good.
So I'll be back next Friday, and then that'll be the end of the events for a while. I'm going to be trying to do like Oz Open pre-Q or something like that.
Yeah.
Give them a crack, but
Yeah, open qualifying or something.
Yeah, something like that. And yeah, see if I can get into them. But once again, they've got like 100 player limit in the field, but that fills up like that. So
Of course, so you got to be on it.
so you got to be on it pretty quick. So I'll try and get into those qualifiers. You got to shoot a pretty good fucking score to get in, but you know, all it takes is
another experience.
All it takes is one mid 60 and you're in. So, and then my main prep and main goal is one, get those fucking assessments done. Like
Yes.
I've really tried to bust me balls in getting them done, but I've also had different priorities recently. So I've had to put some of that stuff on hold. Well, not on hold, but I haven't been able to put my head down as much as I would have liked. I've had quite a few events and a really, really stressful and different change to life in the last probably 9 months, I'd say, at least.
Yeah.
In terms of, I can't really call it an excuse, but, new place and doing all renos and trying to set up life in that aspect.
It's another thing to add to the list of everything else you got going on in your life.
Trying to set up the financials and then play good golf and compete and Q schools, man, Q schools took it out of me. That was fucked, especially the first one.
Well, mate, you've been busy, to say the absolute
been so
least.
busy.
You've been
And
traveling. Like you said, you've been trying to reno the house.
Yeah.
You've been trying to sort out some consistent cash.
Yeah.
Played tournaments.
Played events.
Traveled
play,
around. Q school, like massive events. They're not
make them so happy and then tried to find the motivation to sit down for 2 hours a night and write out a fucking WHS report. Fucking please. So it's I just got to knuckle down that. So once this week is done, then I can really just bust it out and just finish as quick as I can.
Yep.
Maybe do a bit of coaching on the slide to sort of keep the car running and then give Q scores a crack again. And then do it all again. So
that's it. The grind starts.
Oh, mate. Starts, yeah.
No,
Now it does actually
Now it
start,
does.
yeah.
Because you had your grinds previously and the results didn't go your way. So the grind starts now.
Yeah,
But
correct.
questions from the second
Questions.
cut.
Go.
I'll go first.
You liked yours because you liked yours earlier.
If you could have a lesson from any golf coach or player worldwide, who would it be?
Good question. Very good question.
Would you go a coach or would you just go, I'm going to go pick Phil Mickelson, for example?
I would fuck. I would love to talk with Sevi.
Sevi Ballesteros?
Yeah.
That'd be
love
cool.
to talk with Sevi.
That'd be more like a playing lesson.
Just because
with
he's
Sevi.
just because of the creativity with it. Just because it would he would see shots that you just like, how the fuck do you even see that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously Tiger.
Tiger,
I'd love to
yeah.
pick his brain. Coach. The obvious one that stands out is Butch. I'd love to go see him because he was obviously taking a bit of credit for that success, and they sort of blended really well.
And then you stay away from Hank Haney because he ruined it.
Yeah, nah.
Butch?
Probably Butch. He's probably the most famous that stands out.
Yeah.
for a good reason too. I'll probably. And then sort of away from that question, a caddy that I'd love to speak to would be Steve Williams, which I have spoken to before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I spoke to him at Metro one day.
Yeah, right.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, right.
It was so cool. He
That would
goes,
have been sick.
he said it at a World Cup. I said, he was walking past and I shook his hand and sort of, I didn't say who it was. It was just like, I'm a member at I'm one of the juniors at Huntingdale, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I said to him, this must mean more than any Masters that you ever caddied.
Yeah.
Right, just to be a smart ass.
Yeah.
He goes, mate, this is preschool. Went like that. And dude, I'm like, he went, this is preschool. Jesus. And I'm like, I got little tingles. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's kind of alluding to what I was sort of getting at last week when we were talking about golf courses and stuff here compared to overseas.
Yeah.
Right. And people forget that we're just a tiny little island across the other side of the world.
Tiny.
Well, an island across the other side of the world. Right.
Yeah.
We're so insignificant in this sport compared to the rest of it.
Correct.
It's ridiculous.
Correct. It's weird. It's to think of that. It's actually credit to the golf organisation in Australia to actually have the impact we do because we've produced some of the best golfers ever.
Yeah.
And some of the best golf courses ever
Yeah.
that are in the top 50 chat of all-time golf courses on the planet.
Yeah.
And we have them right here. Well, a couple of them right here in Melbourne, a couple of them interstate. And
But trust a Kiwi to turn around and say that an Australian tournament was preschool.
yeah. Well, it was the World Cup, but he wanted to say, mate, you have no idea.
You haven't seen anything
He
yet.
goes, you have no idea. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that it was so sick. It was so cool. So those cool. But those sort of guys, I'd love to pick their brain at, and stuff like that. But even I watched TaylorMade upload their videos, and they have like Scotty and stuff like that. This is the only thing TaylorMade I'll involve myself with.
Yeah.
But it's so it has Tommy and Chef and Tiger and Rory, and they have those workshops.
Yeah.
They go in bunkers and have challenges and talk through some shit. I love
Their
that.
behind the scenes
Love
access that they show on YouTube and stuff is phenomenal.
Love it. So I would love to be there.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
No, very good.
Right. Would you rather have 9 holes of 3 birdies, 3 bogeys for even par,
Yep.
or just have 9 straight pars?
9 straight pars.
Why is that?
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
So you don't want 3 birdies?
No.
Why not?
Because I'd take the consistency over the inconsistencies because generally,
But you've made birdies.
yeah, that's fine. But I've also made 3 bogeys.
Good. Okay.
I've also made 3 bogeys to shoot even par. I'd be probably just as impressed either side. But if you told me, right, what would you rather go back and have a look at on a scorecard? I'd love to see 9 straight pars.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. That's a good point.
Like,
That's a good
because,
point.
and knowing my tendencies, if I make birdie, the bogeys are going to come straight away.
That's a
If you're telling me you're going to make 3 bogeys, 3 birdies, and 3 pars in a 9-hole stretch, it's going to be, yep, sweet. Par, birdie, bogey straight away. Par, birdie, bogey, bogey. That's how it's going to be.
back it up.
Back it up.
It's the PBFU.
That's it.
Post birdie fuck up.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point because there's
something pretty about 9 straight pars.
Yeah, it's satisfying. It's just consistency. But no, that's a good point. Okay. The reason why I raised that question was because the amount of I was at Rosanna just earlier.
Yeah.
Sort of brought lunch in for Luke. He was like a kid in a lolly shop when I brought in some food for him. So he was wrapped. But then I floated around, saw the old man, saw a few of the boys and just see how they went. And, I floated around and annoyed the fuck out of them for a little bit and then came here. And then I'm going back. And there was 4 or 5 of them that I asked, righto, how'd we go? Who's the clubhouse leader? What's going on? Like trying to rattle them up, see how they talk about their round. And there was one guy that had net 81 he had, which is not flash.
No.
Right? Not flash. Didn't play great. He was playing off about 12. And he goes, yeah, I had 3 birdies though. I'm like, you had net 81.
Yeah.
You played 10 over your handicap. Yeah. I birdied 2 and I birdied 8 and I birdied 12.
Sick.
But you've had like 6 doubles. He goes, yeah. I'm like, I don't think you get what I'm fucking trying to say here.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why, because he was so caught up on the fact that he made 3 birdies, he didn't realize the rest of the round was so
Some people
diabolical.
And that's the thing. Some people cherish birdies, and
They have to. You got to. You got to.
I had a discussion with
If
Mum.
it's not as common for some people. So making 3 birdies in a round is more than they'll make in 6 months. So so that I understood. But that's why I raised it with you. Would you rather see those few birdies on the front 9 but still shoot even, or okay.
It's easy for me to and for you to turn around and go, yeah, I'd rather have, and I'd take it. You'd probably take 9 straight pars.
fuck
too,
yeah.
right? Because you don't want to see bogeys at all.
How furious I'd be if I made 3 birdies and then shot even.
Yeah, correct. Because that's the quality of golf you're striving to achieve. I had this chat with my mum the other day because she had 40 points recently.
Yeah.
Right. She's playing off a huge number, which is fine. That's just how it is. She's learning the game at a club level.
Still going.
Right. She's getting better. She goes, I had 40 points and I had a par on 13. That was the best hole of the day. I'm
Beautiful.
like, that's awesome.
Beautiful.
That's so
Got to
good.
pick the highlights.
You've got to pick the highlights. And I can understand why this guy's doing the same thing.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
He
yeah.
probably doesn't get, he might have 3 birdies in 4 months.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's why I raised it.
And he's had 3 in a day.
That's why I raised it.
Wrapped with himself.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah.
enough. Good on you.
He probably stands up the
still
next
had
tee,
net 80.
push, cut into the shit.
Yeah. Who knows? But like, he's not turning around at his scorecard going, fuck, net 81. That's
boy.
crap.
Yeah.
He's looking, 3 birdies. I haven't done that before.
Yeah, where's my tool card?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And like I said this morning, like my front 9 consisted of a triple, 2 doubles, and 2 birdies.
Yeah.
Those birdies may as
See,
well have not been there.
Here's the thing.
If you could tell me, right, I'll tell you this right now. if you can say to me, right, Drax, instead of the scorecard you had this morning that included a triple, 2 doubles, and 2 birdies, you give away those birdies, turn them into pars, but that triple becomes a bogey.
Straight away.
Straight away.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
I'd rather not see the triple.
Yeah. See, this is the good thing about starting and improve as a better golfer, because you see a lot of those high figure handicappers, and they will make a birdie, and that's what they concentrate on. Beautiful. They've made a birdie. That's slowly improving. Whereas someone of a tour level, or someone of my standard, I can make 6 birdies in a round, but if I make 4 bogeys, I'm hung up on why the fuck did I make those bogeys?
Yeah.
Right? And they go, but you made 6 birdies. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'd like I do. It's, I would love to have 6 birdies per round
6
every
birdies
round.
is sick.
Per round every round. That'd be awesome.
Correct.
But I've had rounds. One of them was at PK South. The first time I went with Raptor, I shot 1 under par and had 6 birdies and an eagle.
Yeah,
Had 1 under. Right? I was happy with it.
You had 1 under with 6 birdies and an eagle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So it was literally, you should have seen the most colourful fucking back nine. I reckon I started like bogey, birdie, birdie, bogey, bogey, birdie, eagle, birdie, bogey, bogey, or something like that. It was something like that. Right. And I'm just like, I don't think I made a par for like 12 holes. It was fucked. Right. Anyway, but
It's like when we played at Berg a few times ago, and you shot 1 under on the front 9 with 1 par.
So there was one time I shot 1 over at Rosanna with no pars.
Yeah, that was that day.
Was it that day?
It was that day.
I shot 1 under par with no pars and had 1 under. And I had 5 birdies and 4 bogeys. And I fucking remember it. Birdied 1 and 2, bogeyed 3 and 4, bogeyed 5, birdied 6, bogeyed 7, birdied 8 and 9. And I'm standing on 10 going,
I hate this fucking sport.
standing on 10 going, what the fuck? And then I reckon, no shit, I parred everything from 10 through to 16. It was something like that.
Yeah.
It was something stupid. But anyway, that's why I raised that question.
That's a great question.
Because I wanted to see what people would rather see on a scorecard or rather feel better about, because I know for a fact there would be so many people that pick those 3 birdies and 3 bogeys.
100%.
Because they know bogeys are inevitable.
Some people
for one.
would chew your arm off.
Yeah, but
if you offered it to them. And that's fair enough. That's all well and good.
Even pars beside the point.
Even pars beside the point.
It's the fact that you've made blemishes after you've had some success on a couple of holes.
Correct.
Or would you rather that just straight, no disappointment, no excitement?
You never know how those pars come about. And you're not going into details, and you might give yourself a birdie putt every hole and just 2 putt every green. Yeah. That's fine too. Yeah.
See, I'd still be fucking angry with that.
100%. So would I. Like, I'm looking back on my round of 33 points today with the horrible start I had. And I told you before, I had 2 putts that if they had rolled half a roll more,
they drop.
2 birdies on the scorecard, shoot even par on the back 9.
Yeah.
2 more birdies on the scorecard, right? And I'm just like, all of a sudden that turns into 36 points.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just like, fuck. That's the beauty of this sport, mate. Because like you said, it's for everyone. Yeah. Everyone's got their own handicap. Everyone's got their own goals. Some people chew your arm off for 3 birdies, 3 bogeys, 4 even par.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Chew your arm off.
Yeah,
they do it. Some people would chew your arm off for that in their net.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's what I meant. Like the actual score itself, irrelevant.
And that's the thing.
Maybe it's relative to handicap, but whatever it might be.
Since my mum has really started getting into it, I've really had to take a step back and realize that everyone's got their own goals.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone's good day is different.
Yeah.
Mum had 40 points, and I looked at her card. There's a lot of red on there.
Well, it has to be.
But there's 1 par.
Yeah. Bang.
And she's wrapped.
Bang.
She's wrapped. She got, I think, 4 or 5 points for that par because of her handicap. But that's cool.
In recent years.
But that 1 par in a few rounds' time, when she's dropped a couple extra shots, will turn into 2.
Yeah. 2 or 3. And,
and a couple of those double and triple bogeys will turn into single bogeys. And all of a sudden it's getting better. That's where the evolution comes. That's where the progression comes.
Shooting their 59.
Off
they go.
How good.
Beautiful. That's why I raised that. So.
Yeah, no, it's a good question.
Want to see the point of view.
Good score. 100%. 9 pars in a row.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
When people go, I had 29 points. Ooh. Yeah, birdied this hole and this hole.
Cool. What'd you do the rest of the time?
And so what the fuck happened in the other 16?
We won't talk about that.
I had 5 wipes. Like, bro.
Me too, but I was in the bathroom.
Yeah. Fucking this Blake, yeah.
Get me out of
Get
here.
to point that
Ladies
out.
and gentlemen, thank you very much
Yeah,
for
I've
tuning
had
into the
enough.
Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast, episode number 40. We really do appreciate you tuning in. Thank you very much for all the feedback we've been receiving. We've been catching up with a few people face to face and they've been letting us know about it. It's been really good.
Yes.
Be sure to drop a like and a comment on the YouTube, and follow us on Spotify. Tune in there as well.
Press that subscribe button. Do you realize how hard that pressing that subscribe button is?
You went through this a couple of weeks ago.
Fucking crazy. Ready? That's it.
That's it. It's
See?
free. It's free to
It's
do.
free.
It costs you nothing.
It's free.
And it benefits us
And
greatly.
it makes us happy. It doesn't piss me off.
No.
I promise. I promise.
Be sure to check out our Instagram and TikTok as well, ladies and gentlemen. And we will be providing some more longest day updates very soon. We have officially got a link that you guys
Yes.
can donate
Yes.
to. If you haven't seen it already on the socials, it should be there.
Yeah. We'll
By
put
the
it.
time you're hearing this, it'll be there.
Yes.
Go find it on our
Guaranteed it'll be up there
Instagram.
by the time you're hearing this.
And there's
And
more
It'll be up in our bios as well.
bios, Instagram, TikToks. There's going to be everything about it. So keep an eye out for that as well. Donate whatever you can.
Or I will find you. I will. I will find. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Other than that, hit them very, very well. Cheers.